Hello, hello, everyone. Let's see, let me get our comments pulled up here. Hello, all my friends, Virginia and Kathleen and Julia and Sharon. And then I've been chatting over there with Jan and Jean and Erica. Hello, and Miss Lori, of course. I hope you get better real soon. Let's see here. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Lori. Miss Lori said my hair looks cute tonight. I had to run errands today, but when I got home and started working and prepping for tonight, I pulled it up in a little messy ponytail. Let's see, there is Lisa and Amanda. Hello, Barbara in Canada. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Sandy. Hello, everyone. Sharon, Amanda. My shirt. I got it at, is it Altered State? So it's like a little cozy, like sweatshirt thing. Hello, Christine. Hello, Lita in Las Vegas. Let's see here. Everyone is popping in. Okay, so while everybody is still coming in, let's do a little bit of housekeeping because I know everybody's going to ask. Our next release is called Happy Hearts, and it's a tiny bit Valentine's, but not a lot. We wanted to do more beautiful florals and friendship stuff and kind of things that you can use all year long. So great in preparation for spring and summer, but it is on January the 16th. And we'll come here and we'll have our live party and do some giveaways and all that kind of good stuff. And so it is January the 16th. Let's see here. Thank you, Jeanette. Hello. Let's see here. Oh, we've got several Canadians in here. There's Stacy is in the house. Florida Crafty Girl. Hello, Lisa. We've got another Lisa. All right, everyone. So let me see if I can turn our little banner off and let me get back to the comments. There we go. California. Connie is in California. I have family out there. And let's see. Tonight I'm going to do another, let's pull out the old, I shouldn't say old. It's not old. Let's pull out some of our older goodies and we're going to mix and match. So the main star of the show this evening is going to be our rainbow, and this is the rainbow card base builder. You can see that we have the whole card base here, and I know this is really popular, so a lot of you that are in the comments may already have this in your stash. We're going to create a Valentine's Day card, but we're going to make it a little rainbow, and I'm going to use kind of some fun colors, not really like your Roy G. Biv rainbow going on, but I'm gonna I have this cut out of paper, but I'm also going to cut some felt because everyone was really interested in the card that I created, and I don't know where it is on my messy desk right now, but the card that I created that had the little felt flowers. And so I'm going to start from scratch with the felt flowers. That way I can show you exactly what, how I did and how I kind of rolled them up and made that. There's Tanya. Tanya found us over here on YouTube. Let's see here. Okay. Sandy just made a rainbow card today. Yes, Christina's saying we need to use all of our stuff in our stash. That's right. And I've chosen, and I dig through to choose, and I'll kind of walk you through that. I kind of dig through like all of our floral bouquet builders, and I mix and match my sentiment sets. And so it's kind of fun to do these things, especially when we're in between releases, where I can pull out older stuff that you already have in your craft room and kind of mix and match and build and do some different things. So it's kind of fun. Let's see. I'd love it if you created a bleeding heart flower idacentra. I'm probably not saying it right, that in lovely layers. Okay, Alina, we'll have to add that to our list. Hello, Miss Jen Shirkus. It's so good to see you. Those of you that you probably know Jen. She has a great community set up on Creative Chick over there, the Creative Craft Chick, and she does all kinds of classes and puts on events, and she joins us for design team stuff, so it's fun to have her here. Let's see here. Tanya saying, I miss the Honeybee Lives. I've always been busy lately. When you go live on Facebook and Instagram. So today I was off. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's see. It's fun to use all of our stash, says Sandy. That's right. So let's go ahead and go down here to my desk view, and I'll kind of give you a little rundown of what we're doing. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a card base, just a white card base set up with this rainbow card base, or the rainbow builder. And instead of doing like clouds and things like that, I may use these cute little hearts because I am going a little Valentine-y. But I cut the arches for my rainbow. There's 2 little arch dies, or they're not little, they're pretty big. But I'm going to use these big thick ones. And instead of using the little in-between dies, I'm just going to leave the white paper from the card base. And so lots of fun dies here that you can layer together. Of course, there are the foil plates. I'm not going to use the foil tonight, but I've had some requests to do a live that is strictly foil tips and tricks. And so we'll do that really soon. We do have a couple of new foil products coming up in the Happy Hearts release, and so maybe we can pull it out and do it then. Okay, this is the rainbow, or the Look for the Rainbow sentiment set, and of course, our coordinating dies that cut out all those sentiments are really popular. And then this is where we're going to get fun. We have our rainbow stuff, but this is where we're really going to mix it and match it. So I wanted some really nice larger florals to do the felt and to cut out a felt. And so this is actually an older fall bouquet builder. And I've pulled out several of these little flowers and things to use. But it's so you can build a bouquet in either like a little mason jar or a pumpkin. I know you guys have seen probably on Pinterest and social media and stuff like that, where they'll have the little bouquet and things coming out of a pumpkin. But I wanted to use some of the flowers in that. So I'm going to do that. And then somebody mentioned Lovely Layers earlier. This is the Lovely Layers anemone, which we did last fall, winter time frame. But I liked this big, large leaf. I wanted just a little bit of greenery to stick out. And so I just picked out from one of my Lovely Layers. It's got several of them have some really nice shaped and really nice size leaf or leaves. And so that is where the leaf is coming from. And so let's go ahead and let's get started here. And I've got my little tray of tricks over here. I've pulled out some little clay bits and some older sequin mixes, and then our holiday pearls. I may use one of those to go in the center of one of the little flowers. But let's talk about the dies real fast. So all 4 of these dies are from that fall bouquet builder. And I just wanted some different shapes. Some of them, you could make a fall more of like a mum or a sunflower. And then I thought these were just kind of fluffy and cute and fun. So we're going to cut felt out of those. But before we get too far, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. And I know that's a weird way to start, but I want to let my ink dry. And you can see I've got my rainbow all cut out, or the arches all cut out here, but I'm going to stamp my sentiment on the inside. And that's because my outside is going to be kind of chock full of all of our little cute things. And so I'm just going to set this down in my Misty that needs to be cleaned. And I'm going to pull out my little sentiments here. let's see here. Hello, Gail and Barbara. Let's see. I can't get on the hot foil bus. Okay. Well, I was the same way at first. I thought, I don't know about that. It's a little intimidating, I'll tell you. But with the right products, the right paper, and the right things, it helped me. And we'll do a live and kind of go through all of that. So on the inside of this card, I'm going to stamp Love You So Rainbow. And so I think this would be really cute for a little girl. Like my teenage daughter would probably love this. I know Lisa over there in the comments likes rainbows. She would like this. Now let's see if I can get my sticky fingers to cooperate here with two different stamps. You know how sometimes you move one and then the other one moves around. And I like to hold the Misty up to make sure everything's nice and straight. Now let me make sure that my paper is going to stay where I want it to stay. There we go. And then I'm going to take my good old VersaFine black ink and ink it up and stamp this. And we can put it down. I'm just going to do a little tap, tap, tap. If the image or the sentiment that you're stamping, especially, and let me show you this trick. This is my trick for when I need a new sticky map. Do that and see we've got a boo-boo or it didn't cover all the way. When you have a thicker font on your sentiment, you can press, let's hope that this doesn't double stamp. You can, the more fine and dainty the font is, the less you want to press. And see, that's better. Because that's when you kind of get into a mess or where your ink may seep out just a little bit around the sides. And so I like this Love You So Rainbow. We're all good to go. And then because this ink stays wet just a little bit longer, now that part is kind of all done. And I can set my Misty and everything aside and set my card base aside so that can dry. So let's get into some die cutting. I'll pull my little dish out here, but I'm going to cut all of these with our Bitty Buzz cutter. So I'm going to pull it down here off of my little shelf, and I'm going to cut some felt that is going to be cute with the colors that I've chosen for the arches in the rainbow. Let's see, Kelley, Always Rejoicing is asking, what is the difference between the black inks? Anything? Okay, so the ink that I just used, and let me see if I can show the thing right there. Let's see. Always Rejoicing asks, what's the difference in the inks? So the ink that I just used, it's really good for, and I'm just pulling out my felt. It's really good for sentiments because it stamps really, really crisp, but it's also good for watercolor and things like that. And I can kind of pull it out here in just a second, but it's good for watercolor. I'm going to set my dies right down here, and let's do that. But it's not good for alcohol inks. Let's say if you have Copic markers. And I'm going to run that through and run it back. And then if you want to color with Copic markers, you're going to want to use something that is alcohol marker safe. You see how nicely, even cheap felt, the little, the dies in the Bitty Buzz cutter cut. Okay, so now I've got a couple of pink flowers. I think that'll probably be good. So let's kind of switch up our color here. And then there's inks. I'm just going to kind of chat with you guys as I cut. Be Creative Intense Black Ink, you'll notice here, and most of the packages or most of the containers that your inks come in are going to tell you what they're good for. So our Intense Black says alcohol marker friendly. And so this is good to use with your Copic markers. Now the VersaFine Onyx Black ink, it says here, and I'm going to read this tiny little writing, pigment ink for fine details. And so when I mentioned earlier that it's good for sentiments, it stamps very crisp. It's very dark. It's very crisp, dark black. And again, it's good for watercolor. And so let's see, it brings out the finest details, perfect for using with watercolors on stamped images. And of course, I've got packing. We move a lot because my husband's military. And let's see if I can pull this tape here that I had it. Let's see, white edges of ink pad or normal. So mine are not even white anymore because I've had this for years. But watercolor ink, Copic friendly ink. And then there are some, let's say, like your Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink is another type of ink. And that is really good for ink blending. Like if you want to blend onto, and I'm cutting cheap felt here. If you want to blend directly onto your cardstock or through a stencil or something like that, I like the Distress Oxide. It's more of, it's creamy. Let's see here. Let's do maybe a big white flower here. And let's do a different color with that one. It's creamy. It sits more on top of the cardstock. So it has a slower drying time. But because of that creamy, slower drying time, that's what makes it so easy to blend on your paper. And you'll notice this is the cheaper felt. This is what I do. And you may, with cheaper felt, get some of these little hairy pieces, and I just give them a little trim up here. And we can go around, and I'll show you the difference here in just a second. Now, this is just good old like kids craft felt from Hobby Lobby. And then I'll show you the difference between cutting that and then cutting a felt that is more expensive. Let me see if I can find my little scrap here. Okay, so this is a more expensive felt. It comes in a roll. I just happened to get this from Paper Tray Ink, but you could probably look and find, different prices and kind of look and find a good source for felt. Let's run this one through and I'll show you the difference. Run the red through, and and then you can see how nice and crisp that is from the other one. And also you can see how dense this felt is. It's really nice and thick and dense. And this is so, you can almost see through it. It's almost like a tissue paper. Like I can see the light through it. It's really like the threads are not as woven together. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do a couple more. So let's do another red one maybe. And you can see I'm using my little scraps here. Let's do a red one like this little one. Let's see here. I hope that helps with the ink. So always rejoicing. Let me know if that helps you. And now I got to figure out how to do this here. There we go. Let's do a red one. And that will just pop right out. Okay, we've got two reds. Let's do one more white one. And let's do that out of this other little flower here. And then we're going to move on. I'm going to cut another little scrap. And then I'll do this one. And I'm prepared because for this one not to cut as well. Again, because it's out of that kitty craft felt stuff. Yep. And see, I can just kind of start working it away from the edges. And you'll see all those little hairs in there. Let me get my little scissors here. But, you know, if you don't want to spend the money on felt, and you can tell some colors, like the red that I'm going to pull out and use for Christmas stuff, I spent a little bit more money on the red felt. On, you know, little things like this where maybe you don't want to spend, you know, let's say that felt, a roll of that red felt, I'm going to say is probably $6 or $7, which is not, you know, astronomical, but it's not 29 cents or whatever, like this little craft store or Hobby Lobby felt. Kids craft felt, I should say. The other that I have, the red, and I've got a green too that I cut the leaves out of, that is specifically made to, you know, for more like stitching to cut like this. And this may end up in a total mess, but we're going to try to make it cute. It's made for not just kids crafts, I should say. Okay, he's not too horrible. He's a little fuzzy, but we're going to make it work. Okay, so I've got 3 colors here. Do I want any other color? Are we going to make it work like that? I think that'll be cute like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put up my little bitty buzz cutter here. And I'm going to scroll down here so I can catch up on the comments. These flowers are so darn cute. My latest honeybee order with some embossing powder is shipping. Yay, Gail! Okay, so I'm thinking that this is probably dry. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to go ahead and start adhering the little arches for the rainbow. And this is really nice. I'm going to hold it up close to the camera so you can see it. Do you see how the die for this rainbow card base impresses into the paper? So you're not going to have to worry about or think about where exactly each of the little arches is going to go. It's all kind of done for you there, so it's easy to line up. And so let's see if I can get my adhesive going here. And then we're going to start adding this on. Now you could either add a little bit of liquid adhesive to the card base itself, or you could add it to the back of your cardstock, your little arch. I'm going to pick this up because I want to make sure that I get everything kind of in the spot that we want it to go. And you'll notice we're not going in like typical rainbow order here and say, I know that I don't have the thin arches cut. So I know I want to go to the next place that's the thicker segment. And I'm going to lay down the hot pink. I get the ends and then kind of press that into place, and it's looking cute. And then I can go to this kind of melon color. But you could do this in whatever colors of cardstock that you wanted. If you have if you wanted to do more of kind of a boho looking rainbow, there's so many cute rainbow products and designs and creations and crafts on Pinterest. A lot of times, like if I want to put together one of these rainbows, I'll go to Pinterest and look for like a color scheme idea to see like what colors of cardstock that I want to use. Whoops. And then we're going to do a little yellow down here. There we go. And we may even do some felt hearts. I'm not for sure yet. Okay. So this is all good to go. I got the sentiment in there. So let's try to decide here how we want to do this. Okay, so these are the 2 leaves that I mentioned earlier that were cut out of that anemone lovely layers. So let me pull it off of my little tray here without pulling everything in the floor. But this is where we were talking about mixing and matching stuff. So we've got the fall bouquet builder flowers. We've got the Lovely Layers Anemone leaves, and I love this kind of citron kind of green color that we're going to do something with. And then let's figure out what we want to do with these flowers. I think this big fluffy one, I may cut and curl up a little bit. And so I'm going to trim it just right in between a couple of the petals, almost to the center like that. And then let's see what this looks like if we kind of turn it up on itself and kind of match up the little bubbles or the little scallops there. And now we've kind of got this really cute dimensional flower that we can add. And I've got my hot glue gun all kind of warmed up over here. Let's see if I can get it to come out a little bit. And I'm going to add hot glue. And the reason why when I'm using felt that I use hot glue is because it's just for quickness, really. Because we could use our liquid adhesive like our Be Creative. It will totally work on felt and other things besides paper. It's just the time it takes to sit and hold it or to use tweezers or something like that. And so I'm just going to use the hot glue. Okay, so now we can add some fun little centers here. And I'm going to kind of go off of the colors that we have. So I may pull out like one of these pink little pom-poms. I think that'll be cute. And so I'm going to drop a little bead of glue right there in the center. And then just pop that down in there. And then that's easy peasy. We have a cute little dimensional flower with a die cut. Okay, so that's going to be kind of popped on down here. Now let's see how we kind of want to zhuzh these up. Now, you could do the same thing on these. I think that you could clip that and kind of spin it back on itself. But I think I'm going to leave some of these flat. And I'm just kind of getting the lay of the land here. So you guys are kind of getting a look into my crazy, crafty brain on how maybe I do that on this one, since this one's a little funky anyway. I purposefully didn't over plan for this live because I kind of wanted to walk you through like my thinking behind like doing this and kind of we could talk through it together. Okay, so I'm going to spin this back on itself just like I did the other one. And that may help where the cut was a little bit funny. And I'm going to give him a little haircut. I'm going to give him a haircut right in here. And then I'm going to trim off. These are better scissors for this felt. And so I'm going to trim off some of his little fuzzies. And then we'll have another little dimensional flower here. Now, I don't think I'm going to add a pom-pom on this one because I think it'll be fun to mix in some of the little clay bits or the sequins or something like that. Now, I think this one would be another fun one too because it's so large to kind of split. So let's split this one. Let's see here. Kelley, not over plan for a live. Tanya, you know me. I know. Usually I'm planned out and I kind of like know, and I, you know, in my, so this is how this is working, Tanya. So you guys are going to, so normally I've got everything kind of planned out and I know how everything should go. Oh, that's a super cute flower. That would be even a cute, like dimensional, look at that from the fall flower. I think this is supposed to be like a, I've got hot glue everywhere, like a sunflower, but how cute would that be for a poinsettia at Christmas and then add, you know, your green, something green, but look how dang cute that is. Okay. So I'm getting too excited here, but yes, normally I do lots of planning and then I think one more like a red one there. But I wanted to kind of go through my steps. Okay, so this is how we're looking here. And I think this is going to be super cute. So instead of using the cloud dies, because I totally could have cut clouds out of like the white felt, but I thought it would be fun to kind of do something different. Okay, so let's look here. So I've got my holiday pearl stickers. We all have, you know, the little cute gem stickers or pearls or something like that. So let's maybe add a cute pearl. And I thought these colors would be fun. So there's the kind of citron-y green, there's red and pink, and there's even a pearl, like a white pearl. So let's do maybe a big pink pearl. And I'm going to let that stick to my finger for a second. I'm going to add a little dab of hot glue in here because, again, anything that I add to felt, I'm going to hot glue it because I want it to stick down nicely. Okay, I'm going to put my little pink pearl in there, and then I can kind of fluff him right back up. Now look how adorable that is. Okay, and then I need something for this one. I don't know if I want like a little heart or I want a clay bit. I'll kind of show you guys what I have. I could even put, I might could do another pom-pom, like a white pom-pom. That might be cute. Okay, let's do a pom-pom on the big flowers. Let's see here. Where's Emily? She's not helping. Okay, Emily she does help when she's home. Emily is, she's house sitting and pet sitting tonight. And I was kind of sad that she was leaving. She may be watching, actually. I don't know if she can comment. But I was kind of sad that she wasn't staying for the live tonight because she is really helpful, especially to see comments and help out. But, you know, what do you do when you've got like grown kids, adults? She's 19. She's an adult, really. I have to be a good mom and let her do her thing and make a little money. Okay, so I've got these little heart clay bits. I've got a bigger clay bit in this Very Loved. That might be good. And there's red clay bits in there. There's, of course, the little sequins. In this sequin mix, I know there's some little clay bit flowers. That might even be cute. Let's see here. And we have the little tiny red ones. Okay, let's do, I think I want to pull out some of these bigger ones out of the Very Loved. Now, some of you may go to the website and say, oh my gosh, you know, that one is not in stock anymore. We change out our sequin mixes and like the clay bits and things all the time. And so we'll have to check. And if there's ever something that you're looking for or like a specific color or something like that, send us an email and maybe we can help with that. Okay, so I'm going to put a red heart in the pink flower. And again, I'm using my hot glue. See, that's kind of fun and sunshiny. And then I don't think I want to put one here. I could put another pearl. Let's do another little pearl on this little red flower. We're going to mix and match. And I could also, there is more, there's the centers of the flowers in that fall bouquet builder that you could just cut out a felt center if you wanted to. Let's see if I can get the hot glue off of there and pick it off. That's the only thing about working with hot glue is I'm a messy crafter, and I end up getting it everywhere. Okay, so this little guy right here, we have pom-pom. Okay, so let's do a red heart. Let's kind of equal it out on both sides. And I did a red heart. Let's see what we can find here. I may not have a red heart. I've also got little flowers. But I even pulled out my button jar. There's so many things. Do any of you have a button jar that looks like a mess like mine? but I've got like every color in here. I could pull out the green if I wanted to. That's kind of cute. Let's do a little green button. But some of the buttons in that button jar are from way back in, see if I can not make a mess with this one, are way back in my scrapbooking days. Do you remember when we all used the button and we put the little twine bits around the button and adhered that on? Okay, so now is the fun part. We kind of got like our little mix here, and let's decide how we want it to go on there. And so I know that I'm going to use these leaves, and one of them, I think this one on this side, I may actually do a little bit of die cut surgery on. Let's leave that big part of the stem. And I'm going to have part of it kind of down in this area. And again, because it's on felt, I'm going to drop a little bit of hot glue. And so I'm going to drop it down here, just like that. And then I'm going to save this little guy. I know I'm going to have him up in here, but I'm going to save him just for a second. Okay, so let's do our big flower. And let's kind of drop it maybe right in here. And I'm going to hold that down. Cute. And then we've got pink and red. That. I'm going to have a little hot glue strings all over, and I'm going to tuck this little guy in right down there, just like that. And then red. And I may not even need that other little piece of greenery up there. Let's see how it's looking. And this has the little white pearl. I could also go up there. Yeah, let's tuck it right here. Let's mix it up. We can mix it up. Now I can do like this little bit. And then we can go right down in there. Let me get my handy dandy all-purpose little die pick here. Okay, now we've got a good little spread of our florals here. Okay, now let's do this one. Let's do this side. Okay, so this time, I don't want both sides to look exactly the same, so I think I'm going to use the whole leaf on this side, and I may give the stem a little tiny haircut. And this time I'm going to go right up here. All right, let's see here. I got my holiday cards to finally put away. I had to do that as well. Who was that? Connie. I finally had to make a point to get all my Christmas stuff put away. I know you guys are having a nice little chat over there in the comments, and I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just in the zone here. Okay, now I don't want my flowers to go like in the same combination here. So I think I'm going to put the big red flower in the center, and then I'll put the other two around it. Let's see. Tanya says, if I don't clean it as soon, I'll run out of time. If I don't clean it soon, I'll run out of time. What do you have going on, Tanya? Can you share? Okay, and then we have the little white one with the pearl. Cute. And then I think I will tuck it. Let's kind of make it look a little different. And then I've got the little pink one. There we go. Get rid of all my little, I think we can tuck that right here. I think we can leave the rainbow like that on that side, don't you guys? I thought maybe it needed to be all covered up, but I think it's kind of cute like that. And so I could go back in if you wanted to add your sentiment and your die cuts or whatever you wanted to add up there. There's still room. I was afraid that maybe all of our, let me see if I can get it pulled off here. I was afraid maybe all of our pretty flowers and things would take up all the room, but there's totally room up there if you wanted to add, you know, on yours that way. I chose to do mine kind of in the center. Now let's get that folded up. And I think this is so dang cute. This turned out better, I think, than I had even in my brain, which I don't know that that happens very often. So, okay. I'm kind of liking that. Look how cute that is for, I would totally send this to a crafty friend or to give to my daughter or my nieces. Look how dang cute that is. So let me hold it up. So, and I wish that the colors on camera came across better. But that's so cute. Okay. And then let's see if I can find the other two. Okay, so this is the card that I mentioned before that we did the little felt flowers. And this is a totally different bouquet builder die set that I used. Now, some of the shapes are similar, but there's different ones here and different shapes here. I use different leaves for this one. So dig through your stash. You can see I used a large silver pearl and another little clay bit there. I wish that would come across. But then this one opens up. Oh, I got a little boo-boo right there. That one opens up just like that. And then this is the card we made on Tuesday night that I'm going to send to my hubby. And this is everything that we've done for the last couple of weeks has just been a big mixture of all kinds of supplies. Felt and paper and stamps and die cut, new and old. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Let me look at your comments. All right, let me go back here. And I'm going to look at here so we can chat. Hello, Mindy. Okay, Mindy, I can totally send you one. You deserve it. Let's see here. Sherry. Let's see. Will the flowers get flat in the mail? Probably. You know what I do if I have, let's say you've worked really hard on a card. And honestly, this didn't take, I mean, you guys sat with me. What has it been? 43 minutes we've been live, which is a little bit more than what I normally try to do the lives around, keep them around 30 minutes. But I die cut all of the flowers and cut them and shaped them. And we picked out all the little things. Like I purposefully took a little bit more time tonight. I do think if you put it in an envelope that it would go flat. However, Donna, this is what I do is if I have a really important card or if I'm sending it to someone special, a family member, or like my husband's card, I did with a lot of dimension. You can't see it because it's the wrong camera. I did with a lot of dimension. I'm going to have to get used to this YouTube and the software. I put them in a little bubble mailer. So, you know, when you get packages from whatever, the cute little, but sometimes your honeybee packages come in the little bubble mailers. I have ordered some that are small that I can slip my cards down into, and then they're in the bubble mailer and they don't get squished running through the machine, if that makes sense. Now, they may cost you, they're going to cost you more than a stamp, obviously, but it's worth it to me if I've worked really hard on a really special card, just to put it in a bubble mailer and sell and send it that way. Let's see here. All right, I want to make sure. I hope I haven't missed anything. I know I did a lot of talking. Let's see here. Do you make envelopes or can you buy some this size? You can make envelopes. I personally have the We Are Memory Keepers little envelope maker, super easy, and it has all the sizes on it. Like if you need something of a specific size, you can do it that way. Honeybee Stamps does carry envelopes. If you just search for envelopes in the search bar, you can find them that way. If you want something that's an odd size, or if I make something that's an odd size, I either make my own envelope or I do the bubble mailer trick. And you can buy those little cute bubble mailers in bulk from Amazon or, whatever. Let's see here. Let's see. Are you using craft felt or some other kind of felt? Suzanne, I used cheapo craft felt. In fact, this was 25 cents. You can see that. This is the cheapo one that I really had to trim the little fuzzy parts on. And then I used some better, more expensive felt. This is for if you're going to die cut and stitch things. If you're super into using felt, then you probably want to spend a little bit more money on felt. And it's not ridiculous. I've had this roll for years and I just trim off little bits that I need. But the whole roll was probably $6. It's nice felt. Now, if I bought the red and the green, because I was doing Christmas projects, and so for a Christmas card or something like that, you're going to want something nice. If I'm just doing an everyday card, like, one of these, or even at this, it even turned out cute, I buy the 25-cent felt. So, and just give it a haircut on the little hairs. So I hope that helps you on the felt. Let's see here. How do you give those 3D cards to people? No envelope. Oh, Amy. Yeah. Either no envelope if I'm going to hand deliver it. A lot of times with something like this, I will get a little gift bag, even if it's a craft, like the brownish color paper bags that have the little handles, and I will hang it over the side of the gift bag and have the handles here, have my card hanging over the side. And that's how I hand deliver something, because normally it's going to go with like a little treat, or it's going to, for Valentine's Day, it would probably have some little chocolates or some little something with it, a little Starbucks something or other. So that's how I gift that. Let's see. Let's see here. Is Sandy's talking about cleaning her craft room. Let's see, what is the dimensions of the final card? So let me show you. Let me grab my handy dandy ruler here. So it is, let's see, with leaves and everything hanging off, it's right at about 5.5 inches this way across the bottom. And then it's designed, if you did it flat and you put it in it's designed to go in an A2 size envelope, if that helps. The rainbow. Now with all my added stuff, it makes it bigger than that. So it will fit in a 4.25 by 5.5 inch envelope, which is A2 size. With all of my stuff, I would have to hand make an envelope or put it in a bubble mailer or over a little gift bag. I like to do that too. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. All right, you can purchase non-machinable stamps at the. Okay, Jan is saying this is a good one. You can purchase non-machinable stamps at the post office. That will keep your card from being processed through the postal machines. Yes. And a lot of times, if I put like our pearls or gems or sequins even, or if I do a shaker card and mail it or something like that, I will write hand cancel, please hand cancel, and I'll add a little bit more postage on there. Let's see here. Clear envelopes. That's a good one too. Let's see. Gail just ordered 20 colors of 9x12 Christmas felt for $25. Oh, that's not bad. 20 different colors. Okay. I hope I've gotten, did I get everybody's questions? Let's see. Diary of Belle Rose. Hello, hello. Thank you, Mindy. Love your strap tie. Thank you, Always Rejoicing. All right, I want to make sure we've got everybody. Okay, this is the final. If I've missed a question, put it down there right now while we're doing our giveaway, and I'll get your question right before we sign off here. All right. And so Lisa's going to choose a giveaway winner for us tonight. So now that we're over here on YouTube and our whole community is here together, we're not all split up. We are doing one $25 gift card to the winner, and then sneak peeks for our Happy Hearts release start next week. But our release is on January the 16th, so I don't want you guys to miss that. Let's see here. Let's see if Lisa is ready for us here. Let's see. Thank you, Margot. Let's see. Yay for YouTube. Yes, I think it's working out. Let's see here where Kelley is located. I love the Lovely Layers birds. Yes, me too. One of our favorites. Let's see. Can't wait for the new release. Itching to place an order. Yes. Sneak peeks of the new release start next Tuesday. Let's see here. Looking forward to the new release. Let's see here. Can't wait for new goodies. I'm just waiting for Lisa to let us know here and see if I'm missing any questions. Woohoo, says Jen Shirkus. Question, what is the heart die you used on your card for your hubby? That is our stacking or layering hearts. Let me grab it. Because I'm messy and I haven't put it away yet. But this is the whole, it's a mess on my thing. But I used like this size right in there. But all of these hearts come in one die set. So that is that one. I hope that that's the heart that you're talking about. It's either called stacking or layering hearts. Let's see here. Lisa's got the winner for us, I think. Congrats. I'm looking for it. Congrats. April Page, you're the winner. Okay, April, if you'll email me, Kelley, Kelley at honeybeestamps.com, I will get you your $25 gift card, and it is perfect timing because our Happy Hearts release is coming up on the 16th. Congratulations, April. All right, let's make sure there's not any other questions, and then we're going to sign off for the night. Let's see, question, the heart that looks like the leaves. That is our Lovely Layers heart vine. This is actually only one piece of that. There's another die that layers underneath this that is this. It's the same as this, but it's solid. I hope that makes sense. So I could layer like white cardstock underneath this and then put this on the top. And so there's a solid and then there's this one. And so this is the Lovely Layers heart vine. You see how fun that is? Kind of sticking out of there. And I don't ever glue down these little things, so it kind of gets wild and fun. Let's see here. Winner was announced above. I found it, Lisa. Thank you. It just took me just a second. All right. Envelope die cuts. Where did you get envelope die cuts? I'm not for sure, Amy. Let me know about what you're talking about, the envelope die cuts. Let's see. What's the insert that is on your tray behind that you're holding copic markers? Okay, Beatrice. Right there. This camera is funny. It is a insert I found on Etsy, ETSY. And if you go to Etsy and search Copic marker storage, especially for the IKEA cart, a whole bunch of them will pop up. But that's what that is. Let's see. Did you say you have something to make different size envelopes? Yes. It's called We Are Memory Keepers Envelope Maker. Mine is tucked away in my closet right now. I'm not for sure that Honeybee has it, but you can find it if you Google search it. Yes. We Are Memory Keepers Envelope Maker. Yes. Let's see. I share a similar one from the Gray Barn on Etsy. Jen, yes. Jen has a Copic marker storage that is from Etsy as well. And she said it's called the Gray Barn is the one where she got hers. Thank you, Jen. All right. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations to April. And I will see you back here next Tuesday with a sneak peek of our Happy Hearts release. Thanks for joining me. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.